Tonight with a new-ish feature on your cell phone. Last fall, an Apple iPhone operating system update gave you the ability to record your phone calls. It's really simple. All you need to do is hit that sound wave looking icon in the upper left-hand corner of your screen once you start your call. But is it always legal to record someone you are talking to? Good question.
You can in North Carolina. North Carolina is a one-party consent state, so presumably, as long as one party to the conversation is authorizing the recording, then it is entirely legal in the state of North Carolina.
That is Charlotte attorney Brad Smith telling us it's okay to record your conversations with someone here in the state of North Carolina. You heard him say it's because we are considered a one-party state. Simply put, if one person on the call agrees to the call being recorded, you're okay to do so. Same deal, by the way, in South Carolina. But you still need to be careful because not everyone lives in a one-party state. In fact, 11 are considered two-party consent states. Those are the ones highlighted there in red. You can see them all up and down from the West Coast over to the East Coast as well. So keep that in mind. If you are talking to someone in those places, everyone on the call needs to have given permission for the call to be recorded. We also wondered if the act of recording in and of itself is enough to get you in trouble.
It is in most states. The classification or the severity of the charge is a lot more serious when you do something with the recording without the person's knowledge, or otherwise when they don't have the consent. So it is usually, typically, it is not a serious offense if you are recording a conversation, the other person doesn't know about it, and then you don't do anything about it. But if you disseminate the information, if you use it for some sort of gain, then it usually increases the penalty associated with the crime.
What kind of penalties are we talking about? What law are we technically breaking here?
Almost always these laws fall within the Interception and Disclosure of Wire, Oral, and Electronic Communication Act. So in North Carolina, if you are a person that listens in on a communication between two people and none of them have consented to that, then it's a pretty serious felony. It becomes more serious, like I said, under state and federal law, or becomes more serious under federal law if you're listening in and then you disseminate, you give that information over to some other party, then it becomes a more serious crime. It's a crime which the guidelines would require you to serve time in prison if you were convicted of it.
Yeah, so best not to take a chance. It's why as you hit that record button, a disclaimer will play, telling the person on the other end of the line that the call is being recorded. Same thing you hear a lot of times, right, when you call a customer service line. Again, bottom line, best to be safe. If you want to record a call, clearly let the other person know. And if someone calls you here in North Carolina, always smart to assume the call is potentially being recorded.
So I wouldn't say that this is a new frontier where the technology is now more readily available to record it. There's been apps for a while. And I think that as I tell clients, people that are going through criminal or domestic matters mostly, I would always assume that the conversation that you're having would involve some sort of legal matter is being recorded in North Carolina.
If you have a good question, email goodquestion@wbtv.com and we may be able to get you an answer. Following a